We're from the town with the great football team. We cheer the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey guys, welcome to Picksburgh. My name is Anthony. I appreciate you joining me for another one of these sports card investing videos. Today, I just wanted to take a minute to talk about this most recent crop of rookies in the NBA. And I want to tell you guys which ones to look out for and which ones are the most watched rookies on eBay. But before we get into the list, guys, if you're new here, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button because we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. And when we get there, we're doing slabs or cash. That means you can choose between my graded cards or my cold hard cash. It's going to be a lot of fun, but you got to be a subscriber to be involved with that. So make sure you subscribe. It's absolutely free. We put out great content every single day. Make sure you hit the bell notification so that way you'll know when the videos drop. And guys, also throw a thumbs up on this video because it lets YouTube know I'm doing great content and it'll push it out to more people. Without further ado, here is the list, guys. We're going to start in reverse order. So number 6 on the list, guys, is none other than the very first player taken in this last year's NBA draft, Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, I think Anthony Edwards has a heck of a ton of upside, guys, and I think he's going to continue to get opportunities in Minnesota. There's a young core that's going to be built there, and there's a lot of great players around him like Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell. You know, you even have Jarrett Culver, who I believe was the number 6 overall pick last season. So there's good players all on every single level of the team around him. So I think he's going to be put in a position to be successful in Minnesota. So I think Anthony Edwards is definitely a guy to keep an eye on. And as the card market is showing right now, he's somebody that a lot of people on eBay have their eyes on currently. So number 6 is the number 1 pick, Anthony Edwards. Moving into the next person on the list, and this is a person that I was surprised was this high on the list, but Immanuel Quickley is actually ranked above the number 1 overall pick. And I was actually really surprised by that. But looking at Quickley's body of work, he's really producing at a elite level right now. So if you're able to find any of his stuff cheap on expiring auctions or whatnot, his stuff is definitely on the rise right now. And this season is a little bit weirder of a season than most because normally you would see these guys go through summer league and all kinds of different things. And now with COVID, they really haven't had the opportunity to do a lot of the same off-season preparations and stuff. So we're really not seeing these guys take the huge leap that we're used to seeing in their development. Now we're seeing them just kind of thrown in the fire. And some guys that we would have seen come on strong in summer league or preseason games and stuff like that, we're just now getting to see during the regular season due to this being kind of a weird type of season due to COVID. And Quickley is definitely one of those guys who has really shown that he is definitely a valuable rookie in this year's class. So the very next guy I want to talk about has been forced into action. His team has been hit by COVID pretty severely, and that is none other than Tyrese Maxiell, the rookie for the Philadelphia 76ers. In fact, the Sixers are so high on Maxiell that he was the one piece that prohibited James Harden being traded to Philadelphia because they didn't want to include Maxiell in the deal. So being that Maxiell was the one that was holding up that deal, it shows you how much Philly really feels for Tyrese Maxiell, especially being that they weren't willing to part with him to bring a big 3 to Philadelphia. So that bodes very well for Maxiell's value. He has been playing very well. He's been getting a lot of minutes due to a lot of their roster being out with COVID for stretches of time. Tyrese Maxiell, definitely the number 4 most watched player from this year's class on eBay. The next guy's been balling out of control over there in Sacktown. Talking about my man Tyrese Haliburton coming in at numero tres. This guy's been looking great and he's been balling out of control. So seeing him get this much love this early on is great, guys. Now, he was a value pick for Sacramento, and they got him towards the end of the lottery, guys. So getting a guy like him that late in the draft that is able to come in and be an instant impact type player for your franchise, that's definitely great value right there, guys. So you want to keep your eyes out for Tyrese Haliburton because his cards are definitely on the rise. There's a lot of collectors and investors picking him up now. And also, if you have any of their stuff, you might want to consider listing it now. It would be a good time for that as well. The number 2 guy on this list is my man, James Wiseman, the grown man for the Golden State Warriors. He's the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft, and he's having himself a great rookie year. He's coming out, and he's looked great as I thought he would, and he is just a great addition to that team. The Splash Brothers have never had a big of his level yet, so just pairing him with the Splash Brothers, even though Clay is out, he won't be back, he won't be available this year. I expect big things for Wiseman's future development. I think that Golden State is a top-notch organization, and they're just going to continue to improve and continue to get better and better. So, guys, keep an eye out for James Wiseman. I have some of his stuff on the way to PSA currently. I also have some of his stuff already back from GMA, so he is one of those guys that I am huge on, and so is the hobby, as he is the number 2 overall player from this year's draft that is the most watched on eBay. And guys, you might have already guessed who number 1 is. I don't think it's that big of a shocker, being that we started the list with the number 1 overall draft pick, and number 2 was the number 2 overall draft pick. That's right, the number 1 player that is most watched from this year's draft on eBay is none other than my man, LaMelo Ball, youngest player in NBA history to get a triple dub. So he is super, super hot right now, guys. I knew he'd be hot coming out. You know, he is a Ball brother. Big Baller brand is a huge deal. And I really think that things are going to continue to be going up for him in Charlotte. I really think that as he continues to carve himself out more and more of a role on that team, I see him becoming more of a leader. I see him continuing to facilitate at a high level. I see him continuing to rebound at a high level and continuing to score at a high level as he gets more and more used to NBA level defenders and playing against these elite level players that maybe he hadn't had a chance to face in any of the other places he's been, even though he's been playing against grown men since he was 16 years old. So he knows a little something about playing against guys that are basically trying to earn their living against you. He has that going for him, guys. I definitely see LaMelo's value continuing to go through the roof as he makes a great case even for Rookie of the Year this year, guys. So I think he's definitely in the running for that. But it'll be interesting to see even by the end of the year, because there's a lot of guys that I'm big on in this year's draft that still haven't even popped yet. Stay tuned to the channel, guys, because we're going to have plenty of other great content dealing with this year's draft class and beyond. Appreciate you watching this video. Until next time, may God bless you. Take it easy.